First story. French Montana says labels profit off of rappers' deaths with life insurance. During his interview with Off the Record, French discussed his history of past beefs with academics. He said that his conflicts sometimes became so heated that labels and other artists avoided him over the street drama. And now record labels have learned how to monetize the murders. But now it's even crazier because they get a life insurance on artists, French said. At least back then, we ain't had that. French Montana says that the increased number of young rappers who have passed away in recent years has prompted labels to take out life insurance policies on their artists. Hank interviewed and mentioned that he had heard a similar claim from someone else. When French asked whether or not he thought labels were realistic, French responded that they were both realistic and unsettling. Preying on his death, Montana continued. You praying on making millions off his death. They're being realistic, and you're supposed to have life insurance anyway, but when the label does it, if you don't have one, that's crazy, Rappers like Pop Smoke, King Von, and Drake of the Ruler have recently passed away and later had albums made available to the public after their deaths. Prince believed that the current state of the rap game is more dangerous than any past and blames the escalation of beef on social media, saying one day a full war can go on. This life insurance shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because if the labels is doing that, bro, and we all know the labels profited even more when people die. They get a big increase in sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to go to a label, bro. It's like, why am I signing to people who really don't give a fuck about me? You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
And it's going to profit off of my death.
Well, like the profiting off the death part, I don't have an issue with, right? It's doing business in bad faith. It's kind of like a marriage for a rich guy, right? Once you make your first million, you get, I'll break it down. You never do business if it's incentivized for the other party to break it. Meaning, why would you marry as a rich man when she has all the incentives to break that marriage and come up and take half, right? Same, it's the same thing with doing business with like a record label. If you're going into this knowing they're about to put a life insurance policy on you, your death becomes incentivized once you turn cold. For example, the niggas who gave Lil Pump $10 million. Again, if they had a life insurance policy on Lil Pump, they'll be praying on Lil Pump's downfall right now, hoping Lil Pump can die.
But that's messed up, and now it's making it seem like people aren't people. You're looking at them like, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking.
It's assets.
They're assets, but.
Okay, so it's your boy Big MBK Jay, and yeah, that's what's going on now. French Montana's letting the people know that these record labels, they're willing to put a life insurance claim on you. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I can understand why it might be advised for a record label to put insurance over their claim. Like you gotta understand, like, first, like, is business, and your assets for your business are key, and you should always put protection on whatever your assets are. If your asset is a venue so you could do shows, you put insurance over the venue. Like that's what you do. Now, I do think it's crazy that there can become situations where artists' deaths are more of a chance being more profitable versus them being alive and just continue to put out music regularly. I don't think any label should go into the intent of doing that. I think it should be illegal, because like anything that says, okay, well, this person will make way more money dying for us and us not, working towards other assets with like, the factuation of being alive. But like, that could just be also too, your label now isn't sending you money for, the next 6 months. They see you're like in a massive beef and all that. And this is the thing, like, we can't act like this is not mostly targeted towards, like gangsta rap and all that stuff. Like, labels don't just stop at rap music, pops, R&B. Like, it's literally for every type of genre. You have to understand, like, rap is one of them genres where it's like, okay, well, my talent on a daily can face a lot of issues, legal, life or death. A lot of these artists kind of carry themselves out recklessly, even when they get $1 million. Like, you see it literally all the time. So it's like, I don't think anybody goes in there like, yo, just in case you die. But at the same time, I understand why a label does it, I don't believe people should go into the incentive of like, okay, well, worst case scenario, if he dies, we still get paid. But like again, all labels, they're gonna look at all options. Like, you can't get mad at that. I definitely see like the ill intention people might think that people have on that, but you give somebody $1 million, $500,000, and they pass and you lose all that money, you're taking that chance. So insurance, and my thing is too, like in a regular job, like jobs, they put insurance over the workers already. You got workers comp. Like, you got to understand, like, if you get hurt and the line of duty of doing your work, which as an artist is just everyday things, going to the stool, going home, doing all that, you're going to run into those, liabilities. So regular businesses do it already. So it's like, if you really think it's screwed up or whatever the case may be, you got to kind of understand, like, you probably are already in a business that does that, and you kind of praise it. So it's like, it sounds bad, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it happens already. And, let's keep watching.
The thing is this, when you sign a contract, right, the contract should really be enough. Now, as powerful as these labels are and these execs are, let's say, like you said, somebody gets $10 million and they go cold. Some people might think like, yeah, somebody might push them off the edge or something like that so they can get money. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Or knock them off. That's real scary to think that people have that power now and they're doing that.
And yeah, like, this is, again, fraud. Like, not fraud, what is it called? Like, at that point, it's murder. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to, like, fraudulently obtain, like, if you're doing, like, stuff to purposely, that's illegal. Like, I cannot see that going through court. But, like, there is a possibility, and people and labels do take those risks. And you gotta keep in mind, too, like, a lot of people talk shit about labels, and they're only talking about, like, the top 10% labels that, move this or that. Like, you gotta understand, these indie labels really take a lot of shots with these artists, and not having insurance over your assets, just telling me that as a businessman or woman, you tell me you don't have insurance for your assets, that's kind of going to bother me. So, I say it all depends on the intention. As an artist, you got to understand, like, that's going to get offered to you if, you in that type of lifestyle and everything like that. But, if you're a regular R&B artist and, and they like, yeah, we're going to put life insurance, I'd be kind of skeptical. It is a good indication, like, kind of like, because it's not traditional. Once that starts becoming the norm, and I think it will, because it's just really workers' comp. Like, I'm not really mad about it, but I can understand why people be mad. But, I don't think it's nothing too crazy to worry about. Start warning artists not to go to majors, but, you should have life insurance as a regular adult anyway, so, but it's your boy, Big MBK Jay. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see in the next vid, and I'll be out.